And I'm back. Just had to make some quick flatbreads with my weekly sourdough. It's been going for a few months, and every week I get to bake something with it. The pizzas that come out of it, are incredible. And now my wife has gone gluten free, so Murphy's Law. Anyway, let's carry on with our puzzle form. So, as I was making my flatbreads, I realized we probably want to just improve the UX for future Shaun, and just maybe when creating a puzzle, I want to set this to the current day's date. So to do that, I'm just going to go and use our little date util. Now I've realized that this is a poor choice of words. So maybe we can call this puzzle date. And we will say on change puzzle date, set puzzle date. Cool, now we can use our date util. Okay, what I want to do is just go date, grab the current day, and format it to the format that this HTML input expects. And I think we should be good. What did I delete? Whoops, okay. Awesome. So it's the 18th of August and it's defaulted to the 18th of August. So that's working nicely. I can change it again if I want to. That'll just... Actually, defaulting to today. No, I don't want to default to today. I want to default to tomorrow because I'm going to be proactively creating puzzles. And if I'm only creating the puzzle for today, I think a lot of our users are going to be quite pissed off because they're going to see some errors in our app. So let's go and add a days. Just add one day to that, and that'll give us tomorrow. I thought add value unit. Oh, so we add 1 day. Oh, I like that. Cool. So now we got, okay, it's at least it's being set till tomorrow. Crisis averted, all good. Okay. Up next, we want to be able to grab some, I want to upload some images. And I want to render them in a container so that I can sort them. And next to each image, I want to input that I can type the word that image represents. And they should also be clearable. So we need like a delete button or like a little X icon. So let's start with a input. So I'm pretty sure we can just reuse this text input and should be able to change the file type. Just see what I'm doing under the hood. Okay, we're just defaulting to input bordered. If I change the type to file, I can then go and use the daisy UR file input. So I just need to add that. It actually makes sense to be a component really. I might just create a new component in our shared component library. We'll leave the stories out for now. We will call this file input. We'll make the type file, but can override it. And we'll just change that file input bordered. File input bordered. And now it should look like our text input, so the styles would match, but then we get the daisy UR, default inputs out of the box. Okay, let's see if it works. Let's just export it, file input, and that's just auto sorting it. And now let's see if we can use that. Move my head again. File input. Label will be select images, type we've already supplied, value, let's get rid of that for now. We want to accept only, does that work? Image, multiple, yes. We can accept any type of image, that's fine. What does that look like? Awesome. And it is working, great. Cool, I just think I'll add some spacing here. So we might go flex, call gap y4. Yeah, that's cool. We will also render the images below here. And I'm just wondering if we may have 6 images and then a few fields below that. I'm wondering if it doesn't make sense to have more like a images tab and then have all the other details in one form. No, let's leave it for now. Okay, so what do we want to do? When the user selects a few images, I think these are them here. R spar with my little London R. Then it's showing 6 files. I want to actually display those files and I want to render a word next to it. So we need to store them in state as well. So we need to have the puzzle images here, but I want to store the word with it. So we'll have something like this, an array of file, which will be file, and word string, I think. Yep. And then we want to initialize it to an empty array. What's it complaining about? That's missing a little chevron. Okay, so that should be good. Is puzzle images the correct word? I think so. Okay. So let's go. So on change, so the value will be, do we set the value? I don't think you actually set the value here. As far as I remember, with a file input, you need to use a ref. And I have done this recently with my cookbook app. Let's just see file input. Yeah, we don't use a value. We use a ref to control the value. Yes, I knew it was something like that. Okay, let's go. Let's just copy and paste this stuff. The ref, I'm going to pop up here. File input ref. And that is going to allow us to, if the user clears the input, we can clear the value that way. Yes. Multiple on change. We need that. What does that look like? I'm just going to take this whole thing. On file input change. No. Wangle that null. So on change is going to be on images. On change images. No, we don't need analytics. But we do want to set them to state if they're not empty. And how we do that is we create an array, because files isn't actually a typical array, it's what they call a file list, which is a specific, some kind of HTML type. But we could create, it's an array-like thing, so we can create an array so that'll satisfy our state. Cool, and then if it's not present, new images equal puzzle images. If not, new images, image dot file dot name equals file name. Push, no, we need to push file word empty. And then we set puzzle images to the new images. Hope that makes sense. Basically, I'm saying what? Basically, I'm saying if the user selected any images, any files, we will convert it to an array, and we will, I don't know why I have if files.length. Anyway, if this array has items in it, we'll then go and sort of create a clone of puzzle images so we don't mutate it. And if the file is not present in our existing puzzle images, we'll add it with using this type, setting the word to a blank string and attaching the file. Let's see what that looks like. Just gonna go console log here, puzzle images, and that should all work. Yes, and we'll go reload. What is the problem? Function components cannot be given refs. I gave this thing a ref. Why don't you like that? Oh, okay, I'm passing the ref directly and I'm supposed to go input ref, basically anything but the word ref. And class names first, so let's go there. Input ref is gonna go, if it exists. Why don't you like that? That's why. That should work, and yeah, all good. Error gone? No, still there. Oh, whoops, my bad. Input ref. There we go. Cool. And I might just omit ref just in case I add it by mistake again. Just, it's these little things that save us so much time. And that's the great thing about having your own boilerplate. All these years, I mean, I've solved all these little problems and I've just collected the solutions along the way. And yeah, that's great. Okay, let's see. Okay, let's add some files here. Let's see what happens. We have 6 files and that's exactly what we expect. Cool. So now that we have 6 files, we can go and render them, and we can render input next to them too. So let's just make a little container here. We'll just go flex, col gap y2 maybe. And then for each puzzle image, and we only actually want to render this if there are puzzle images, dot length null. And so sometimes, some people do this sort of thing, but as soon as you're dealing with length, then for some reason React goes, and if this is falsy, it inserts a 0 here, I think. So so it does this 0 type thing, and just to avoid that, do that, and boom, it's gone. Okay, so what we want to do is map over these puzzle images, image index, and we're gonna map. We just need a simple container here, and it's gonna be a row. And we need to not forget our key, which is gonna be the image.file.name. We assume that's unique. We will probably just space these things out a bit. And what do we want? We want to render, yes, thank you, exactly that. What happens there? Let's see. Boom, boom, boom. Yay, that's so cool. Awesome. Let's just make these look a bit nicer, rounded. Yes, much better. Might just add more spacing between them. And now I want more spacing between the form inputs. Do we want a little heading? Was it obvious enough? I think we might want a heading here. So let's go heading text selected images. Maybe not so bold. Let's go for paragraph text. Oh, don't label text maybe. Yes, that's should work. Selected images. And what else do I want to do? I want to pop an input next to each of them. So let's just take our text input again. And we don't want to label type text by default. Our value is going to be image.word. Let's see, what does that look like? Value without an on-change. Don't worry about that. It's all good. We will supply that. That's already looking good. So we'll have an input. Let's make sure that's working quickly. And that'll just be as simple as const on-change image word. And let's let Copilot do this for us. That's a very strange API. No, thank you. I'm going to go, we'll pass the event, change event, HTML input element, and we'll pass the index. That's much more straightforward. And you should be able to handle that. Yes. Okay, so on change, it's just going to be, we send the event through, but we also send the index, which we removed. Which image am I editing? I'm editing, the first one, and we just update that word and set it to state. So let's see what that looks like. We can just do one for now. We can edit it, delete, all sorts of stuff. And then if I add more, I can go and add more and add more. And this over here, I wonder. I think as we add images, we should clear the ref so that it doesn't show us 5 files each time. We just want it to be like an instantaneous type of clear the input ref thing. Yes. So as soon as I attach anything, if it doesn't exist already, just clear the ref. Don't show me one file selected or anything. Awesome, and I can update any of these. Oh, that seems so slow. Is it slow? Is it because I added a GIF? Or that this way of rendering things is just not very performant? Because every time we render, we're creating a new object URL. Is that expensive? Or was it just because I had a GIF in there? Seems better. Whoops. No, it doesn't. Still seems quite slow. Or is it just me? Does this one... Let's add another input in here. I just want to see if maybe it's my PC for some reason. Did I just... What did I do there? No, it's not my PC. It's how we've wired this up. So I think I've done this in a way that's probably not very performant. Every time we change a word, we are re-rendering this entire list, which is creating another object URL. So what I could do is potentially making each component keep track of their own state internally. Let me ask ChatGPT about this one, because I can make a lot of assumptions here and ChatGPT is just going to tell me, no, this is why. Let's go. ChatGPT. When I edit the word for each image, it appears slow. Please can you help me improve the performance here? Okay, let's see what ChatGPT says. Okay, creates a new array, updates the state. Yes, new array of images. Doesn't really create a new array of images, just re-renders the entire list every time. Debouncing might help. Now what do you mean by... Okay, this is exactly what I'm doing. Nothing changed there. Oh, okay, let's see if that helps. So I am destructuring all these images into a new array, and ChatGPT is suggesting that we just use the... No, that's the exact same thing. It's just that we now are doing it in a different way. I don't believe that's going to improve anything. Nope. Exact same performance issues. So let's go back to that. What else do you suggest? Debouncing. I think debouncing could work. I want to ask it about this. That wasn't it. Could it be this? Yep. So how are we gonna cache that? Okay. Really? We're doing some cleanup. I didn't know about that. I had no idea you'd need a revoke object URL. Let's see if what happens there. So on unmount, just clean up these things, and image.url, really? File.url? No, that's not gonna work. We aren't storing the URL. Oh, okay. We created, yeah, yes, that's brilliant. Okay, I see what you're saying. So let's go back there. This is a good today I learned. And I'm going to move the use effect to the top because I like to have the use effects before all the on change handlers. And when we create these, we are going to create the URL at this point. And I already think this is going to save us a lot. It's going to improve our performance. File.url. Why not just URL? I prefer that. And here we're just going to go image.url. Okay, let's see if that helps. Come back here. Give me 6 of them again. That seems better, I think. Yes, I'm happy with that. It's not so laggy. In fact, I can't detect any lag now. So I think it might have been the way we're basically creating an object URL on every render. So every time we typed a keystroke. And this, we only need to do that once when we actually attach the images. So learned something new. I'm just going to make a note of that. Just made a note. And that's better. So, okay, this is great. Now, let's us add a bit of a delete button. So we want to be able to just remove these if we wanted to. And to do that, I'm just going to go over here and go button, trash icon, width, maybe 6h6, button danger, sorry, class name, button danger. How's that look? That's not, oh, error? That, yes, that's what you're looking for. And button small. I don't know if I like that. What if we go button ghost and button? Yes, I prefer that. Much better. Can I do button danger and button ghost? No. But I could probably do it here. There we go. Cool, that's a bit better. Are we happy? I think I want this to go with full. And sort of limit it to the same as the text input. So we got max with SM. Really? Text input? Oh, that's on the input itself? Why would it be there? Should be like that, right? Now input is max with XM. Just see, yes, that makes way more sense. And this, I also want to limit this row container. I also want to limit in the same way. So I want to make it go stretch, but to SM, and then have the text input take up most of the container. Is it doing that? Yes, I believe it is. So that's stretching, that's cool. Okay, that'll work. That'll work for me. Awesome. Let's add a bit of an on click here. So we'll go on remove image. And we'll need the index. And this is just going to be quite a simple one. Oh, ChatGPT is actually revoking the URL like this, and that's super clever. I would not have done that. Splice, we can use Splice. Splice is mutating, but we are creating a new copy of the images, so that's okay. We're not going to mutate our original state. Alternatively, we could do something like new images equals puzzle images dot filter. Exactly. And I actually prefer that, so I'm going to stick to that. So we just filter out all the images that do not match this index. Revoke the URL and then set the new images to state. Give it a test. Bloop, bloop. Let's say we want to remove the little mouse. Sorry, guy. Awesome. That's working. Lovely stuff. I think for now we will cap this video, and then in the next one we will move on to sorting this list and the rest of the form. But looking good so far. Brilliant. I have to say goodbye in Dutch, so tot ziens.